mad if your girl know I'm living. VVS diamonds,
These stones are vivid. What?
Fidget, locking up coffee and fidget.
What?
Like my smooth.
It's Ebony JB and I'm back with another reaction video, and today we are reacting to the long-awaited, highly anticipated Fredo's album Money Can't Buy Happiness. Now, I have been waiting for this album for a while. He's been teasing it. We heard quite a while ago that he had some good features on there like Pop and Summer Walker, and it's been leaked before its release date, but I have avoided them. I've made sure to avoid them because I want to make sure that I'm hearing it for the first time right now in front of you guys. But I'm proper excited for this. I'm a fan of Fredo. I'm not gonna lie. He's one of the UK artists that I enjoy the most, and so I'm ready to see how cohesive this album is, because already from hearing the Back to Basics freestyle, which is like a single from the album, I was so excited and ready for the album. The Back to Basics freestyle is cold, dark, nocturnal, and perfect. That executive production by Santan has also got me excited as well. So do you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna get into it.
Filled up with hype and adrenaline, gave the youth a little legging. Next time, now time's up by time just for running. It ain't about the start, it's the ending. I meant it. My biggest mistake, I left it. Grew up with my mom, used to see my dad a bit, till I stopped. She never grew up or lived in this place. Met my dad here, thinks the city is great. This is a mistake, this ain't no city, your kids wanna play.
Oh, that is so true, you know. Not even the first generation, but you know, it's different generation and waves of people that migrated to the UK, and the elder generation of people that migrated here. They feel like, you know, the place is great. They come to this place because of its renowned prosperity and affluence, and you know, they come here to fulfill their dreams, and they bring their children here, or they birth children here, and they believe that they're birthing their children in a better environment than the one that they have left. Little do they know that usually when they migrate here, they're put into these depressive neighborhoods, these neighborhoods that aren't really reflective of that image that they saw or heard of when they first traveled here. In these neighborhoods that are a bit rough, but they're the ones that are affordable, and they're raising their children here, and their children are going through all these societal issues faced with growing up in such a neighborhood, but the parents are thinking, well, this is better than what I was at back home. So a parent can sometimes be a bit negligent or a bit nonchalant, not really knowing and absorbing what's going on. That's a really deep thing he's addressed there. And I like how Biggest Mistake, we're getting an intro, not even into this album like that. It sounds like an intro into Fredo. It sounds like an intro into him. It's his storyline. I like that.
Bad bitch with an innocent face. Why you broke? There's a million ways. Got my knife every day, come selling my way. Bump into ops and I'm repping a gang. Young little teenagers stepping for man. Them man ain't got no bodies, but reckon that back. She said I'm out here fucking everybody. Who's gonna settle with that? Cooking tune in my cell. Used to use kettles for that. Lead away. I shot the glass from whipping the yay. Lost it. Was my biggest mistake. Gave Delma some food. He went missing away. Biggest mistake. My niggas running the cell and slitting his face. This ain't rap. It's really the case. Revenge is so sweet. It's really the taste. Everyone knows me to kill. He knows make his own way home if he's barking a still. My army is real. 20 years if he pleads. That's hard. And someone was also my biggest mistake. We started this dance. We finished the snake. Can't run round there to sliver away. I'm into my.
Wow, I really like the darkness, the coldness of that production, the keys haunting, like just disturbing, really unnerving, those keys right there, adding to the unnerving atmosphere that Fredo is describing, which is his life, which is his, literally what his life was before this he became, you know, a rapper and went into the music industry, explaining the struggles. He actually met Santan Dave's brother before he even started topping the charts of Santan Dave. I love the fact that he would be rapping, telling that story, and then come in with biggest mistake and just remind us about, you know, what the song is about, the biggest mistake. I have to give it to him. That intro does make you very hyped for the album. Next we have the Back to Basics freestyle, which I've heard it's a single that was released, if not 1 or 2 weeks ago. So we're gonna skip that and we're gonna go on to Spaghetti. Again, we have this haunting keys here going do 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 do. Again, making it unnerving, making it uncomfortable, making you prepared and ready for some deep, dark bars.
Now you never feel bad as spaghetti. My neck, my wrist, spaghetti. The bandos kicking gently.
Yeah.
The chain full of colors, confetti.
Yeah.
I'm better than my name ready. Like gold on my neck getting heavy. Pull up on her, I bet that she ready. Somebody chill up. Yeah, she wanna fuck with a winner. Bum fat, her waist slimmer. After the
I love when he raps like this. He's like, yeah, she wanna winner. It's the way he says some words, yeah. I love it. I love when Fredo does that.
yeah, walking the show.
Yeah, this was what the trailer video was, and I remember seeing the trailer video, hearing this track and thinking, this track is deadly. Are you dumb? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? Because Spaghetti is so deadly. I like its energy, it's carnivorous, it's... Bro, this track... Oh, stop! It's the doo-doo-doo. Did Santan play this? Did he do this on the keys? There's Stevie Wonder with the keys there. They're really feeling it. Those keys there going doo-doo-doo. It's beautiful, it's elegant, which is so weird because it's complementing the darkness of the song. Something so elegant, something so beautiful that makes you feel like you're listening to some next classical piano tune is adding to a dark trap kind of beat. It's crazy.
Fucking up coffee and fidget. Like my smooth it was rigid. BS1 diamonds that vivid. We got shooting that up. Race car with the boot in the front. You know that I do this for fun. Yeah, I just made a 2 off of 1. Like the gossip enough, sir. My AP is shattered in monster. I can whip it and give it for much love. My son is diamond. These stones are vivid.
It's the piano.
Love you don't know you love me. Now you never feel bad as spaghetti. My neck, my wrist, spaghetti.
He's linking back to that famous viral video that went around freaking every social platform. You know, we don't feed the bad as pasta or whatever. Now he's changed it to spaghetti. What the heck do you feed the bad as then? You don't feed her spaghetti, you don't feed her pasta. Rice? You gotta feed at least rice.
I'm Freddie, cooking a brick for brekkie.
It's absolutely beautiful. Those keys there, class. Okay, we have a famous Ready or Not by freaking the Fugees. The Fuji sample there, interesting. When I see how Summer sings on something like this, if the sample continues into the song. I got goosebumps from that bit there. Summer's done her thing. I wasn't expecting that at all. I wasn't expecting her to come. That's a very different type of Summer that we've never really heard before. We've heard her slow down. That was a bit more sped up. I like that.
Nah, that's the kind of peas I'm putting up my sleeve. Yo, my baby mom's mad that I've been hardly round. So I bought a couple handbags just to calm her down. I don't want to be in jail, so sober. I don't want to be on bail, I'd rather go talk. All my niggas want Doing 28 years, whether ready or not. God, I wonder, will you let me into heaven or what? I've been riding, I've been stealing, I've been selling a lot.
Oh, I like the ending of that verse. Will you let me into heaven or not? With all the thuggish things I've been doing, riding, stealing, selling, doing all these things on the block. Are you gonna let me into heaven knowing I've been sinning, basically? Major sinning.
You can't run from the fire, it's nothing but facts. Try run from the fire, get touching your back. So when it comes to my time, don't play with mine. Or you left your knife at home, but I stay with mine. I know a nigga who's a player.
Okay. Ready is interesting. I'm somebody that absolutely loves the song, the original song Ready or Not. And I love the group, the Fugees. So that song to me is like sacred. It's like there's no other way, there's no way that I could ever hear that song being played upon and it will seem like it's been done justice to me, just because of how much I love that song. So I appreciate them trying to use the sample. I feel like it is a catchy track. I feel like Summer's chorus is very catchy, but personally for me, I like it, but I don't love it, just because it's just like that sample to me and that track to me is just so sacred, and it's a hard sample to spin. I think they tried their best, so I can give credit where it's due to spin it and put it into like a fast beat that can accommodate Fredo, as well as Summer Walker. So I can appreciate that they've done their best there to spin it. But production-wise, earlier tracks, Back to Basics, Biggest Mistake, and Spaghetti, those are the tracks for me, production-wise, that I'm really, really appreciating. Ready is the one track I am critiquing its production. Summer really accommodated the track. Freddie's flow here was good as well. Just the production I'm critiquing.
Look, let's keep it real. If money talks, then why them man they're speaking still? I heard you and her doing a talk, then why them man they're speaking back? I heard you and her doing a thing. Nah, G, it ain't even that quick. Yo, why you still speaking your shit? Money talks, you don't need any lips. I got robbers that's running with my Audi, you'll handle it fine. Disrespect me or bang on the nine. We come next, they like Amazon Prime. If we go with breasts, ain't no money to me. That's why she act funny to be. Bro, you better just run it to me. Now them shot with the money for. Them man been chatting for days. But me, I let my money talk. Let's keep it real.
Good. Can't lie, Dave's flow here is reminding me of Funky Friday. It's reminding me of his Funky Friday flow. It's the same kind of dun 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 dun. It's the same kind of flow, and I think it's because the beat pattern is a bit similar.
Man's got expectations. Old thing try flex on man last. Baby, I go Heathrow more than your man goes petrol station.
File. It's a violation. How can you say I go Heathrow more than your man goes petrol station? Do you know how often people go petrol station? People go petrol station like 3-4 times a week sometimes, you know? Really depends their commute, their job, whatever. He's saying he goes... Firstly, that's a serious flex. Secondly, that's a serious vial.
Before Black Ops, we had zombies. Spooky bando, this theory, no Henri. Still, I heard you in a...
That was so light from Dave, so light. No, I miss Dave. Where's this guy? Where are you, Dave? What are you doing? Where's your own body of work? Love psychodrama, rinse psychodrama. Miss you, man. Because that's light work. We all know that Dave can flow so spectacular, like he can flow so crazily. That was just a small little taster there.
So what, I'm being still. We've come a long way from days on the back of the bus with the cheapest deals. Still, half gas, then needs to fill. Let's keep it fact.
I really, really, really like Money Talks. I feel like it's a bit of like a reincarnation of Funky Friday, but less of a funky beat. Ironically, Funky Friday has that that makes it sound a bit like electronic sci-fi-ish a bit. This one is darker. The fundamentals of this track is dark and not like sci-fi.
Where should we go? I don't know. I let you choose the flag. I'm Fred, my shoes and that girl. I don't wanna tell you another lie. I didn't choose the slap. Slap chose me. Got ice rolling. Touch you, you got go. We're drinking cocktails. I'm on the phone in block cells. Don't chase with the pussy I ease them. My niggas are dripping in season. The ops have been dripping and bleeding. Let me hear somebody stutter. Make bro let it burn like he's harsh. I might go slide in your DM. She done has it. I'm feeling you. White girl with me, Olivia. She just got in from Bolivia. Choose the flag. I'm Fred, my shoes and that. I drip a scuba that.
What I like about Do You Right is how it starts quite like bare with him going, I wanna do you right. I let you choose the flight. Like I like that bit. I like how it's bare and it's him mainly kind of singing. That's the kind of most singing we've got from Fredo there, with auto-tune support of course, but it's the most we've heard him like really, really, really holding melodies and notes. And I like when it was bare and then the beat kind of falls in, but then that's like the most exciting the track gets for me. I feel like that's a very easy track. I feel like that track is a safe track. There's nothing like so creatively wow in its production, or there's nothing captivating in Fredo's bars there as well. Like, it's not like he's doing some really vivid storytelling like he's done before, or not like he's being witty and, you know, giving good quick punchlines. Nothing really like that. That's an easy, I think, really easy to digest track. Maybe in like a motive that'll go off nice, that'll go off really casually. It seems like a good motive function kind of track. This is a track with Pop. I just realized this is the track with Pop now. R.I.P. Pop Smoke. He is, of course, somebody that was really accepted and embraced in the UK, still is accepted and embraced in the UK. And he had a talent with rapping over drill beats. I wonder whether it's going to be a drill beat. Probably most likely will be. Okay. Okay, I forgot that ads is in this as well.
I just left with your girl, but we leave no clue. Yo, nigga, go voice, fix that shit, that's Pro Tools. Just before you back up, now my cup is purple. None of that, and hackers, I don't know, yeah. I just got the jump on my LP, like in the spot, we hop out and park it. That's no gun, big time. I do not play with no enemy, God, because they tryna get rid of the play. Dropping high roads, and want no people. Just put on that in my hand, I feel like go people. Burn on that, man, I can see on the noble.
Oh.
Just before you back up, let's fix that shit, that's Pro Tools. Young boy came off crack cocaine, I still like the OG.
Yeah, okay. I feel like the track needed that piano there. It needed that piano. It needed something to make it wow. Otherwise, I would have, if it didn't add that bit there in the last repetition of the chorus, I feel like the track, I would have said like the track is pretty, again, expected, pretty easy, pretty simple. But that piano there gave a bit of an oomph, brought a bit of creativity to it, switched it up a bit, made you think, ooh, like, yeah, I will enjoy this track when I listen to it, because I know at the end it does that really cool thing where it switches up the chorus a little bit. I like that a lot. I feel like the Young Ads feature wasn't that necessary, but it works. Do you know what I mean? Like, it works. Like, I feel like the track could have been fine without ads, but the fact that he's there, it's not like bringing any minus points, but it's not necessarily adding, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? I still quite enjoyed that track, and I feel like that would be very successful for motives and things like that, but too bad we're in a lockdown anyway, so won't be played in motives anytime soon, apart from them illegal ones. But I like it for its energy. Of course, that's what like those kind of drill tracks are really successful for, their energy.
I'm missing my niggas in jail, got me here just wishing you free. I miss house and them drawers, I miss block holes, asking for jaw. Fill them out, can't even talk. Dancing Harrods is cool, I pop him for fun, but there's nothing I love more than shopping for guns. Catch me slipped before in his hand, hopped out, he was pouring a man. They shot back, he died, I'm mourning for man. The streets just don't go according to plan. I miss getting lost in the street, I miss all them times I slack. Now my nigga will knock it for me. I can't even talk, one thing we don't miss is a target for sure. Yeah, I miss breaking it down. Yeah, I miss working it hard. I still got my back to the wall. If I lose, who are actually cool? Do wrong and you naturally fall. I miss when them bricks were 28. I miss when them hammers were cheap.
I miss because it reminds me a lot of like older earlier Fredo music, when he was just entered into the industry. It gives me that nostalgia for some reason. I feel like what we're getting so far in this album, the soundscape of the album is very, very similar. There's no variety. We're getting that similar dark, guttery, piano eerie vibe. It's like that's the constant soundscape of the album. And I know an album, you know, all albums have soundscapes, all albums have a particular musical theme within its production that you can be seen running throughout. But this is very, very evident throughout every track. There's not one track that kind of feels slightly different, apart from, like, of course, Burner on Deck, which is a more drill track. But everything else, like, I Miss is reminding me of like that of Spaghetti, Back to Basics, Biggest Mistake. It's giving off that same vibe, that same energy. I like the vocalizer. This is different.
This March was a crime. Man changed like Optimus Prime. Said she love me now, what a surprise. But it's not that lot in disguise. You can't know the just for the evening. Then I'm breezing. God, how did you save me as well? First faith was faith in the scale. When I prayed, was praying for Bell. Shit man could never respect. Remember days going hearts on the draw. I try out my doggy for sure. See that the best things in life are for free. I'll give all the shit I have just to bring all my niggas back. Yeah, I'm running to broski, I need you to chill. When I look back, what I signed for Sony, I wasn't even a deal. But it changed my life, never thought that I'd make it this far. That's keeping it real. All them girls that I couldn't treat right. If you ask, I was young, never tried to understand girls. And now I'm the father of one. I tried to be around, it was hard. My daughter looks like me with pretty hair. Looking at pictures, just wishing you're really her. My nigga told me it will blow over. It better, cause right now she's so older. My neck and my wrists is all froze over. But I ain't feeling this cold shoulder. You'll thrill my niggas.
That's probably one of the best bars I've heard in the album so far. His wrist and his whatever is frozen, but he's not liking this cold shoulder that he's getting. I like that bar, liking the deepness of this track. And I'm liking, it's funny how I was talking about how the vibe hasn't really been changed or manipulated in a different creative kind of way. And then we get to Blood in My Eyes, where we've got a nice little haunting vocalizer being hummed in the background and looped again. That brought a different spin on that dark, nocturnal vibe that we've been getting throughout the album.
You want me to spend money and time when I only get one in this life? My young niggas been up in the crime, won't be in. Look at me, I got blood in my eye.
You like Blood in My Eyes, beautiful piano there. Blood in My Eyes is a favorite. It's a favorite, I can't lie. I like the deepness of it. I like the integrity of it. It's a different kind of deepness because we're looking at a different perspective. Whereas Biggest Mistake was like Fredo looking back. Whereas Blood in My Eyes is like current analysis of things he's learning in life. Do you know what I mean? I like that.
You could see that from day one, the whole circle, that whole circle, you can see that.
Now he's looking at a 6, Billy just done a 6. Now he's looking at the strip, I used to dream of 100 racks, now that's looking like my wrist. This was always in a car chase, when I should have been in lessons with my classmates. This was always meant for me, that's what my aunt said. Classmates, I know these niggas with me for the ride. I tell these niggas that I listen but I lie. Now I don't care what you've been thinking on your mind. These niggas talk a lot of shit, that's why they stay on me. Hey mommy, I think it worked them times you prayed for me. But now ain't going over there, it's touching you. Jumped in the canal, when he's such a fool. I got a tiny little temper, but my money's talking. So if you wasn't sawn, we was going on. I gave my brother's dad crack when I know it's wrong. But I didn't make him smoke crack, that's the rollies on. Going holding on. Bought a gun, shot a nigga, then we sold it on. It's only now I'm meeting different kind of people. Then we're sending them up. I got nitties out of town, and I send them my love. Made me who I am today. Yo, I went from a house, I'm at my aunt's place. We was throwing guns out windows in a car chase. When I should have been in lessons.
I like Aunt's Place. Aunt's Place is different. The same kind of, the rap here is similar to Biggest Mistake, where he's rapping about previous experiences, realizing the type of life he lived. Some deep bars in there, like when he said he realized he grew around a different type of evil. That bar there is very deep. Realizing, like, coming from a place where there's so much struggles and it becomes a normality, then you grow up, and luckily for him, you become prosperous, you leave that environment, and you look back and you realize, like, wow, like that type of evil I was growing up around at that young age is different, so crazy that I was growing up around that. Not to say that there's no more evil where he is now, there probably is. There's probably people that want his money or this stuff and that, which he has spoken about. But realizing that type of evil, it's a wise bar, and I like my wise bars.
Better of us, what can I say, dog? My life ain't a game, dog. These ain't some friends from the ends, these are my main dogs. Look up to the sky, we done felt on my part, but you was my nigga and my barber, yo. And I stole my first stone with you. I even stole my first phone with you. You know you in the graveyard, you really spent your life in and out of prison. Finally done a year free, and now I kinda wish you didn't. Think about the sides, you know anything nice, I'll come it's not a place, it's a cage for us. Remember when we started ordering weed? My nigga take two, then he's falling asleep. But must have been mad to that shit in your cell. And bro just got nipped with a stick and a girl. Before that it was real luck when they was giving you bell. But they couldn't prove it. What can I say, dog? All them bandos and cut spots I came, dog. Now the next time we chop it up, it's in the graveyard. Just like me, you love the hustle. R.I.P. my brother Muscle.
What can I say? Really heartfelt, really genuine, and probably the most raw track on there. Just really talking about losing people you respect, losing people you love to that lifestyle, whether it be that they pass away or that they get put into jail. I feel like that was definitely a really, really raw track. The production was different as well. The production was more vibey, more like space-like. It sounded really atmospheric, different to like dark basses and the keys that we've been hearing a lot of in this album. So we've come to the end now. That's 11-track album of Money Can't Buy Happiness. And I feel like if I was to try to think of a conclusive statement, an overarching statement, Money Can't Buy Happiness isn't groundbreaking. It isn't so mesmerizing, but it shows what Fredo does best very well. That's what this album is about. It's not meant to be vastly creative, really transformative kind of body of work or out of the box or different or showing some creative diversity. It's not really supposed to do that. It's supposed to just show you Fredo at this point in his life. I feel like all of Fredo's albums are definitely like timepieces. From Get Rich or Get Recalled to Third Avenue to now, different timepieces, especially with this one being where he's now a father and, you know, has a daughter. And we get that reference a lot. We're getting a new profound sense of wisdom from him. A lot of his albums are timepieces. So this is representing Fredo and what he does best now in this point of time in his life. And I like it for that. I liked how personal it got, how intimate it got at many points in this album. I really liked it for that. I'm talking about my criteria. Did it make creative sense? I feel like yes, it did to an extent, but there's a critique for this creative sense where it did have great, lovely, dark production throughout, but that production did get a tad bit repetitive and didn't change to the very last minute. So I feel like creative sense, beautiful piano keys holding up the production of many tracks throughout, really dark and nocturnal, grisly kind of trap hip hop beats, which Fredo and the features were accommodating. I feel like that was good, and at some points really great to hear. At points like Spaghetti and Back to Basics and Biggest Mistake, that at the start was a really, really strong run of that kind of production. But then towards the end, it did get, when I was hearing it a bit in Money Talks and I Miss, it was just like, And even Ready, again, I critiqued the way the sample was used in the production there, how it's a very difficult sample to pick to use. So yeah, there's a bit of like a moments in the album where production wise they just missed it but creative sense it did make around like 50, like it made a bit of creative sense. In terms of boom tracks, I believe, so I'll say there's only 2 tracks really that I'm probably won't listen to a lot, which is Ready and Do You Right. 9 tracks, 9 boom tracks, that's good. That's a good ratio. In terms of did it take me on a journey, I feel like it did. It did start a lot with that dark nocturnal energy in those first 3 tracks. Went a bit more, a little less deep into things like Money Talks, Do You Right and Burner on Deck. That kind of felt like the party section of the album. And towards the end, it got intimate again. So I do feel like this one thing that this album did do very well is go on a very nice, cohesive and concise journey. So that box it definitely ticks, as well as the boom tracks, and it's only a creative sense that is wavering a little bit. But that is my criteria for albums, and therefore what I rate this album is probably a 7. I'm gonna give Fredo's Money Can't Buy Happiness a 7. So thank you guys for watching my reaction and review to Fredo's Money Can't Buy Happiness. If you did like this reaction and review, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button down below and leave a comment down below of your thoughts. I'll see you guys all next time.